Timeshares are not good. How do we know this? Because people tell us. The stories are remarkably consistent. They tell us about some enticement they were offered, such as a free theme park ticket or a discounted resort stay. All they had to do was to sit through an hour-long presentation, but then an hour became 4 or 5 hours. Hour after hour of high-pressure sales pitching, and they were ready to sign almost anything just to physically escape the room. And then there were the rapid-fire signings of routine closing documentation presented, as the salesman rifled through page after page. They described the rude awakening when the first bill came in the mail. And then came the shock they felt when they actually had time to read the sales contract with all its attachments for the first time at home. Perhaps they called the developer asking for the nice salesman who sold it to them, who is nowhere to be found. And finally, there was a terrible frustration of actually trying to book their vacation only to be told they didn't have enough points or some other excuse. But reciting this disturbing series of events is not going to help legally. Why? Because it's your word against theirs. Plus, there are 1,000 disclaimers and waivers in those closing documents, enough to absolve the developer of almost anything. But that's not to say that you don't have any leverage, any cards to play. At the Aaronson firm, we focus on other ways to release your obligation. One in particular, maintenance. Your developer has a fiduciary duty to manage the resorts in your best interest. Chances are they're in breach of that duty in ways that are very obvious and easy to prove. This is where the developer is most vulnerable. This is where your leverage is, and you owe it to yourself to hire experienced, competent counsel. At the Aaronson firm, we have over 40 years of combined legal experience, and we are willing to sue, if necessary, in the interest of getting you released. So call us free of charge to discuss your situation. Please. Your legal problems are not insurmountable.